Strap yourselves in. I'm going to make a jump to light speed.
What's up, Hyperdrivers, and welcome to the Cantina Chat. Hope everybody's having a great night. We have an awesome show planned for you guys today. In the house today, we have Zach Oat from Gentle Giant Diamond Select in the house to talk to us about all kinds of cool Star Wars products that they have coming out and stuff that's already out on the market today. So it's going to be great. We also have a giveaway today. Last episode, we hit 35,000 subscribers. So we're going to be doing a sick giveaway. We have a Gentle Giant piece that we're going to be giving away, actually, which I just did the unboxing of, which is this, the Purge trigger.
Purge.
Yeah, so it's going to be a good one for you guys who are here in the chat. As you know, I always do the giveaways for you guys who show up live. So before we get cracking on that, let's say give it up for my host, my co-host here today. We got my man Luke in the house, all the way from down under. What's up?
Hello, everyone. How's everyone going? You had a good week?
Happy to see you, Luke.
Good to see you guys too. Loving the Slave 1 video, George. Awesome to see you.
I'm loving your video this past week, man. With all the information for newbies who are in the hobby and getting into Star Wars collecting. If you guys haven't checked that out, Luke put out a really awesome beginner's video for you guys earlier this week. It was Tuesday, I think, when that one dropped. So
thanks. It's been a good week on the Hyperdrive.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun. We also got my man Ralph from No More Mutants in the house, changing it up with his background a little bit there.
Yep. First Gunner's Mate. I'm ready to fire. I got some of my Gentle Giant pieces out. I got my Boba Fett on Throne. I got the new Obi-Wan Kenobi from A New Hope. I got the Vader from the Obi-Wan series. I got Django up there with some of the Fett family. I'm excited to see Zach and talk Gentle Giants. And both of you put out stellar videos this week. I don't put out videos like you guys. I mean, I run something totally different. That was really well done. Very professional and clean on both of those videos. So hats off, literally.
Thanks,
I'm not wearing a hat.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thanks, man.
No problem.
And again, for you guys in the chat, man, really appreciate you guys showing up. Like I said, it's going to be a fun one. We got Jedi Shizu showed up almost an hour early. Thank you, buddy. We got Dwayne Otley, Coy Hall, Xena in the house. What's up? We got Primetime Reviews, Borg Cube 1 of 2. Got Kenobi Bunker, General Kenobi Bunker. We got Norman in the house. Norman had a birthday this past week, so happy birthday, Norman.
Happy birthday, Norm.
MCAZ is in the house. What's going on? We got Flex. What's going on, bro?
Always winning.
Zombie Hunters in the house. Janine Berry is here to try to win the statue.
Mrs. Berry.
What else we got? We got Justin Jacobs, Sean Hamilton, Rogue Empire's up in here.
I like that name.
Gen X Comics. So I think we're all cut up. If you haven't given us a thumbs up already, please do so and say what's up to everybody, because everybody's in the chat. It's always fun to talk and get down. So in Star Wars news this past week, not a whole lot. I think everybody's gearing up right now to Ahsoka. We got like a couple weeks now till Ahsoka starts. They did release the run times for the first two episodes, 54 minutes and 42 minutes for episodes 1 and 2. So it's showing that there's going to be a variation in time like they did with The Mandalorian, but it's longer than the longest episode of The Mandalorian, which is cool.
Yes, that was impressive for the first two episodes. And we're getting both on the first day, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Episodes 1 and 2 will be the first day.
An hour and 40 minutes of Star Wars.
All right, that's equivalent to almost a new movie. I mean, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's going to kill me for a reaction video. I'm going to be dead that day. I mean, I think I might take the day off.
You got to wake up at what time does it come out at? 5 o'clock EST?
3 o'clock for me.
3 o'clock EST. So you have an hour and a half to watch, or an hour and 40 minutes, Luke said. So you're done like around what? Almost 5 o'clock in the morning.
5 o'clock, then edit and try to get it up before I run out of the house in the morning at 7:30.
That's you'd start doing that the day before.
This is the benefit of being in the future. It drops at like 8 p.m. at night.
I know, man. You guys get it at a good time. People in California get it at midnight.
I get my popcorn, my beer.
Oh, man, look at you. All right, that's a serious flex. That's nice, man. Every Disney Plus show comes out at 8 p.m. Australian time.
Yeah.
That's nice, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
one of very few perks, but I'll take that one.
Yeah.
Also with Ahsoka, they're going to be releasing some exclusive merch on for Disney Plus subscribers. So that on August, so the show premieres August 26th. August 31st, they're going to have some exclusive stuff drop on the Shop Disney website. For those of you guys, I think one of them is going to be another run at the Legacy lightsaber set for Ahsoka.
Nice.
Now I've seen those photos and they look like different hilts. They look smaller and more refined. Have you seen that leaked photograph?
No, I didn't see the leaked photograph. You got that up?
Yeah, I'll bring it up. It was in one of the Galaxy Edge groups that I'm part
That'd
of.
be cool if it's smaller.
I think it's in line with was it the Yoda saber that was the technology was all improved?
Yeah, that one was, but then they released the Ezra saber and they made that one nice and big. So it's like whatever they improved on with Yoda, they went double back with Ezra.
Well, I think this one, I'll find it. Let me get stuff.
All right. But yeah, they got that. They got some I think some other headgear and stuff like that for people, cups and things like that. I was hoping they would release the costumes because I'm going as the Mandalorian for Halloween this year. I'm going to a Halloween not contest, but a party, and my friend's like, your wife's got to get dressed up, so. So she's like, well, what do you want me to dress up as? I was like, well, Ahsoka's kind of comfortable.
Girl,
nah, she won't. I don't want her to do that either.
Her universe is you guys probably know this better than me, but her universe as a shop is pretty cool. For
those do look different.
Yeah, so it's the Yoda blades, so they're thinner blades, and the hilt is what do you call the small hilt? The Shoto.
Shoto, yeah.
It's much smaller, so they're a completely redesigned set, which is really exciting.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah,
bad for you guys.
Maybe. I mean, I got too much money out there in lightsabers, man. I ain't doing no more lightsabers for now.
Well, I'm hanging out for the FX release of the Ahsokas after you showed that at the SDCC.
Yeah, those things are nice. Those are like pencils thin,
Yeah,
so they're pretty cool.
As they should be.
Yeah.
Not those Disney Park ones where you have to hold them with two hands.
Yeah. There's no way you're holding those two and whipping around that easily.
Yeah,
they look great on display.
Mm-hmm.
They look really good on display. The Disney Park stuff.
Yeah, on display it's good. It's just not something you want to go play. You definitely don't want to play with a kid playing around with. I think they're heavy.
Yeah.
Last thing before we get Zach out here. So just keeping up with watching on the Hasbro Ghost. We broke 10,050 backers. They still got to hit another 7,000 backers to get the Zeb.
We'll get there.
You sure, man? 27 days, man.
I mean, I know we could get Ezra. I do have a feeling you'll get Ezra, but
yeah,
Zeb, it's going to be hard.
Zeb is far.
No,
that's almost the backing of the entire ship to get the Zeb.
We'll get to 20,000 on this, I reckon.
Yeah.
There's so many people that I've talked to that have been holding off.
Okay.
Waiting to see how it progresses, right? Particularly after the last couple of HasLabs where it's kind of fallen flat. I reckon there's going to be a big resurgence. I reckon we'll get maybe 3.5, 4K in the last few days.
Okay. So I think it was kind of a high push to get 17,000 backers for the figures. And then they also gave the price out for Sabine. I think she was like $40 for that vintage figure, which I was like, I don't know.
That's a lot for a 3 3/4.
Yeah. But hey, we'll see. I'm hopeful for it, man. But
fingers crossed.
Yeah, it's still a ways.
Just brought up a new thing that I'm excited for. Have you seen my shirt?
Oh, your hot toys?
Yeah, mate. R5.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
In BD.
Yeah, they'll be releasing.
Cute.
Look at that.
Oh, that looks nice.
I want so many pit droids.
Have an army of pit droids.
Yeah.
I'm
excited.
They should have released that in a 3-pack. They're gonna do that.
That would have been really good.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
That is cool. All right, let's get our guest out here, man.
Hit him.
Let's say what's up to Zach Oat from DST, from Gentle Giant. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Man, I'm glad to finally have you on. And I apologize for, it seems like every time we're at the cons, something always comes up. It's just like, it's just crazy at the cons.
It is.
Speaking of, man, so I met Zach first at the cons at I think it was Celebration, I think is where I met you at, but we met initially through email through Ralph and also through Calvin. So getting set up for these cons, you guys do a lot of different conventions. I know you do San Diego Comic-Con. You guys are also at New York Comic-Con, but that's closer to where you guys are stationed at. And then Celebration, which is sometimes around the world. Do you go also all the way out? Did you go to Europe for Celebration too?
I didn't go to London,
Okay.
but I was in Anaheim, and I don't know I'm going to go to the next one either. But that would be cool. I haven't been to Japan in a long time, but it's those are really the three shows we do. We used to do C2E2 in Chicago.
Okay.
And for a while we were going to do Emerald City in Seattle, but plans for that fell through with the pandemic and everything. So we haven't really gotten back around to it, but we may add another show at some point.
Nice.
MegaCon,
yeah, MegaCon would be
fun.
MegaCon
would be great. That'd be the triangle of different parts of the country.
There you go.
There you go. That's great.
For those that don't know, like myself, where is MegaCon located?
MegaCon's in Orlando. So if you come, then we could go to Disney too.
Well, I'm coming to Disney on May the 4th. I think George organizes stuff behind the scenes there.
I got to plan that whole thing out.
Yeah.
So Zach, how long have you been with? Were you initially with Diamond Select or with Gentle Giant?
Diamond Select.
Okay.
I started there 12 years ago, so I was around when we took over in Gentle Giant Limited in 2019. But before I was at DST, I worked for Toy Fair magazine, so I covered a lot of Gentle Giant Limited stuff in the 2000s.
The Toy Fair, like the classic with Amigo funnies in it. Gosh, I remember that, dude. I love Toy Fair.
Thank you.
That was a great magazine.
Yeah,
it was very much like Wizard Comics, the Wizard magazine for comics, but it was just for figures, just for toys.
Yeah, we shared an office. We were all hung out together. We still talk.
Oh, really? That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that was like 1999 to 2008. So when they launched Gentle Giant Limited Star Wars stuff in 2002, I was covering it. And I was meeting up with them and doing coverage at the shows and going to Toy Fair and stuff like that.
Nice. Oh, you're going to do real good in the trivia then.
God dang it, George.
I think you're best. You're not going to stand a chance here, Ralph. Dude, I did some research today on it. I was like, man, I was spending some time going way back with Gentle Giant. You know
oh God, no, you got me then, man. Thought we were talking Star Wars. Luke got away with Star Wars trivia, man.
There's Star Wars trivia in there too. I didn't just throw it all at once.
No, movie and TV stuff. You got a better shot than I do. I mean, I just rewatched all 9 with my son, who just turned 7.
You're a good dad. You see?
Yeah, but well, actually, no, I didn't watch the third one because I thought that might be too intense for him. But
okay.
But yeah, so it's been a while since I've seen some of them, Rogue One and Solo and stuff like that. But yeah, I keep up on all the shows, so I'm trying to stay current.
I mean, you got to with what you're in your industry. I mean, some of the figures that you guys are putting out, I'm pretty sure you're like, what the heck is a Purge Trooper? When the heck did this happen? If you didn't watch the show, so you kind of gotta, we gotta make that guy, or I'm pretty sure we're gonna make that guy. You know,
my big weakness is probably video games. I'm not a gamer at all, so Star Wars games are going to be a big blind spot for me.
Okay,
all right.
Yeah,
I don't know if I have any questions from Star Wars games in there. I'm trying to think about it at the moment. With regards to the statues that you guys put out for Star Wars and everything, so Gentle Giant is actually, you guys are like 2 different companies. You got Gentle Giant Studio and you got Gentle Giant Ltd.
Yeah, Diamond Select Toys took over Ltd.
Ltd.
So Gentle Giant Studio still exists. They still do a lot of product development for us. They do a lot of sculpting for us. They still sculpt a lot of our action figures and some statue stuff, but for the most part, it's action figure stuff that they do for the DST side.
Okay.
But we still work with them, and they're a completely separate company.
Right. That's what I was trying to. But they do that. Companies has the LiDAR scanning, and is that how all the statues are created for the Star Wars line? Like, do you guys have like the actors come in and they get scanned, and then you guys go from there?
They used Gentle Giant Studios was started off before they started Gentle Giant Ltd. they primarily did scanning for at the different movie sets and stuff like that. So a lot of what we have is in terms of like Stormtrooper stuff. I think some of that might be digital files, but for the most part, we just have very talented sculptors who are capturing these likenesses and capturing these forms, these armors. So it's not scans for the most part.
Okay. I was wondering because I was going to ask. Next question I was going to ask you: did you ever go into the LiDAR thing and get yourself scanned?
No, they were doing that one year at the show at probably San Diego, and I think one of my coworkers got scanned, but I did not.
Oh, okay. I would definitely do that.
Yeah. If you put your head on a Mandalorian, yeah, you'll do it.
That's why,
sure.
Yeah. Do a much better job than Hasbro did.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, some of those were really bad.
It's got to be tricky. It's got to be a difficult thing to do. But
well, yeah, I imagine the LiDAR scanner is going to be much better than what Hasbro has. You use the phone and you're kind of like just moving the phone and taking like several snapshots, and then it didn't look like me at the end of the day is what ended up happening. So bad lighting or who the hell knows what happened. But so yeah. So the statues that you guys have put out are being sculpted by talented sculptors. I've met some of them. Joe Mena, I think, was one of your guys' sculptors that does some pretty good stuff. Alejandro Pereira, I think, is also another guy that I know that's done some good stuff for you guys too. How do you guys determine who's another guy?
Rocco Tartamella. He's very talented. He does he does great likeness. Cool.
What? How do you guys determine what character you guys are going to do next, or you guys just throw a dart and say, okay, I'm going to do Han Solo?
We do look at upcoming shows. When we knew Andor was coming out, we did a Cassian Andor, but we also look at anniversaries. We tried to do a lot of Return of the Jedi stuff for the 40th, we try to make a mix. It's we try not to do too much in one era of Star Wars because there's some people who are very firmly rooted in the original trilogy, and we try to constantly do stuff for them. But the new Disney Plus stuff is great for the most part. So we want to capture as much of that as possible.
Yeah, there's a healthy mix. I mean, I got Leia behind me over here, and I love that one. The one where she's in the detention center.
Oh yeah,
that is a work of art. I don't know who did her face, but the portrait on that is solid.
They get Carrie Fisher right. You guys get Carrie Fisher right a lot.
Yeah. The Bausch disguise just came out, and that's a really great one. And coming up is the Endor bust.
You want to blow me up, Georgie?
Really nice.
Yeah.
So this thing is solid.
Crazy good.
Yeah. And it's so solid. Like I could kill a man with the weight of this thing. It is.
Yeah, that one was 1/6 scale, right? Pretty sure it was 1/6 scale.
Yeah, 1/6. Yeah. That's a heavy.
Right. It's beautiful.
You guys have different scales too, because you guys go all the way down to 1/8, right? 1/8 scale up to 1/6.
We have 1/6 resin, which is the Milestone series. Then we have 1/7 resin, which is the Premier Collection series. The gallery dioramas are about 1/8. Those are the PVC pieces, and we just did one. I'm blanking on her name, but again, another game character. But we got a couple. We're going to be doing some more for GameStop, shared exclusives with GameStop and the Premier Guild, our collector club. So they're all going to be game based, all the PVCs. So there's some really cool pieces coming out.
Nice. I like the Premier Guild. The Premier Guild, you guys have those. You have the gift that you get when you join. Which is cool. And then lately, the past 3 years, you guys have always included a Ralph McQuarrie design of something. I think the first one was Stormtrooper. You did a Vader, and now the new one is C-3PO.
Yes.
That's something you guys are going to continue on as you guys go throughout the years with the Premier Guild, or is it just a vote?
Yeah, I think so. We do have a vote every year for one of the busts, which is we used to just pick 4 characters and that we wanted to do, and or that we didn't think maybe would have mass market appeal, and let them vote on those. But recently we've been this past year we did vote on the type of character you want. So we did I think we did Jedi, Sith, Rebels, and Bounty Hunters. And the Bounty Hunters won, and then of the 4, Embo won. So Embo is going to be the fourth, the mini bust for this, one of the 2 mini busts for this year, and then the other I assume we'll keep going with the Premier Collection Macquarie pieces as long as the orders are strong for them from the guild. They're really nice pieces. They look great. I don't see a reason that we wouldn't keep going with that. We've pretty much done all of the Macquarie stuff as busts. I think we are about to offer a TIE pilot concept, which I think is one of the few we haven't done yet. If not the last one. So we're looking into doing some more concept stuff for busts, and not maybe beyond Macquarie, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I think you guys had that at the con at San Diego Comic-Con. George posted
yes,
it.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure if I was revealing that or not, but yeah,
it was there, and it looked very much retro, like a World War II pilot. I was like, this is really cool. I had never seen that piece, or
it had
that drawing.
Some gray accents on the helmet. I remember.
Really cool.
That was really neat. Yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah, it's a good looking piece. I wasn't really familiar with the frontal shot. If there is a frontal shot of him, I knew the back shot, a piece of him looking out at the controls of his ship, but I hadn't seen the front of it before, so I was very very interested to see what that looked like.
I love the booth. I always love seeing the statues in person. It's because it gives me a size. It's one thing when you gauge. Somebody tells you it's like 6 inches tall versus like seeing it in person.
Yeah.
It's a little hard to shoot the booth sometimes because of the backlighting.
Yes.
I always get a lot of reflection, so I'm always trying to like hover over it with some kind of light or a shadow. Be cool one year if you can have some pieces out where you can actually. I know it's hard because people touch it, but
it would be cool to have some out on pedestals. Like Sideshow does sometimes. But that'd be cool. Most of them are small, so to dedicate that amount of display space to a piece that small as opposed to like a larger Sideshow,
that makes sense.
It's tricky, and the pedestals would be smaller, more prone to falling over. It's just it's a whole thing, but no, it'd be nice because the glasses can be pretty bad.
But you guys have a one up on the other booths too when you go to the cons, because you guys actually sell product when you're there. You go to Sideshow when they were over there, and you're not buying anything. You don't walk home with anything. It's always cool to buy something and then bring it home with you as a little memory or souvenir of being at the con. So that's always fun. One of the 2 items that really jumped out at me when I was at the con was that Vader, the Vader Clone Wars that you guys had out there. Is that a milestone, or do you have any information on that one?
Yeah, that's a milestone 1/6. I believe it's going to be a web exclusive to the site. It's sort of a follow-up to our Darth Maul and our Ahsoka 1/6 scale pieces that we did them from the duel from Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
So the Vader is going to be sort of the next in that series. There you can see the Ahsoka there, and the Maul just below it.
This is I think your Clone Wars range and Rebels range is definitely my favorite.
Yeah, we're both Clone fans. We're real good, and Rebels, especially Rebels.
Particularly Zeb is amazing. I'm sure this is going to have some sales, this range will have some sales in the coming months.
The Thrawn, I think, is just going to blow up on you.
The Thrawn is fantastic. Yeah.
I
saw that in person too.
Up.
Yeah, the Thrawn in the chair. He's got a huge fan base. When we were selling the Jumbo, we just had so many people coming up and just like loving it. He's got a really big fan base.
And I like the little details as you guys put in as well, like having the Chimera symbol in the base itself.
So good.
Yeah,
that was really neat. That was a good touch. Yeah, very, very cool. So that was the Vader was definitely one. So you're saying 1/6 milestone. So that's probably going to be in the range of like $200 or so, right? That's kind of where the milestones sit at. I think $250.
That one might be $250. Yeah,
it's pretty long.
Pretty sure. He's taller than the other characters, so hopefully it's not more than that, but it might be in the $250 to $300 range.
Got you. Yeah.
Zeb, by the way, Zeb actually is going to be hitting stores very soon. Just so you know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Okay.
That's good. The Zeb is awesome.
So good.
Yeah, and what I like about their characters is that they give them character. It's not just like a like a stagnant, lifeless pose or lifeless look.
Yeah, they tried to put a lot of personality into the sculpt.
That's the word I'm looking for. Personality. Yeah, it's really neat. Another one at the con that was really awesome that it got a lot of hype during celebration too was that Gamorrean half scale. Your guys' half scale line that you guys have. That thing is
a really nice piece.
Yeah. Any idea when that's coming out?
I do not. I don't think I have a release date on that one yet. The Emperor Palpatine 1/2 scale is going to be offered end of this month.
Oh, cool.
So keep an eye out for that one. But the Gamorrean Guard is probably going to be, if not next month, because we may not want to offer 2 back to back, then possibly the month after.
Damn, Admiral Akbar sold out.
Yeah, your half scale line is really impressive. The first one that I got that you sent me a long time ago, I think it was like a Wolverine and so forth. And then the Star Wars one started coming at like the Stormtrooper. The Sand Trooper was absolutely amazing. And I love how you guys incorporate, or your sculptor incorporates, some type of aspect on the base of that particular character. So I got the Boba behind me, and it has part of Slave One. The Sand Trooper had, the actual weapon that they use.
That's all thanks. Right now. Yeah, that's all thanks to our designer of that series. So all of our L3Ds, the Legends in 3D busts, are designed by Joe Allard. So he usually comes up with the concept for what the base is going to look like. What it's going to reference.
Like the Yoda has the hut.
Yes,
Yoda had the hut. Really that was cool.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, that was really smart of him.
Yeah,
right there. And if you look at the base, it's his hut.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, the Luke Skywalker had the X-Wing.
X-Wing.
I think she had the lightsaber.
Vader had the hilt of the lightsaber as well, I think. Yeah.
I think I got one of the video game ones of the TIE fighter pilots.
Right.
With the red mask.
The red mask. Yeah, that one's cool too.
Havina
really
Von Reg.
Yeah, there you go.
See, you do know video games.
Only because we made a product of it, Like I know all sorts of names of different aliens from Star Wars because they kept making action figures of them in the 2000s, and I kept having to cover them, so I know who Uriel Poof is.
Yeah, I mean Django had Camino as his base right there. That was great.
And then these jumbo figures, I love your jumbos.
Oh, they're fun
too. Dude, the jumbos like blew me away. I was talking to somebody. He has the original 12 back but all jumbos. And then we know another guy. Is it Star Killer George that has the mega collection? He has every jumbo figure released.
Michael. Yeah, Michael Hawes. Yeah,
he has every single one of them, and I'm like drooling all over this. I'm like, oh my god! And then he had the life-size R2D2. I'm like, look, if there's a fire, I'm running out with that life-size R2D2. I'm leaving everything else because that head still goes click, 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 click. I'm like, dude, Michael, that's beautiful.
Speaking of the R2D2, you guys just released the jumbo figure of that R2 for San Diego Comic-Con. Did you guys know that it would be in the trailer or in the Ahsoka TV show?
No, I don't think we knew at the time. I think it was just a figure that we've been looking to revisit for a long time. And the way we redid it was to include the third leg from the Droid Factory playset. Yeah. I don't think so. I think that was a big surprise for everybody. They play stuff pretty close to the vest at Lucas.
Okay. That was definitely a great coincidence.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of the jumbos, but one of them is a prized possession. Probably one of my favorite pieces of the collection, which is the jumbo.
You got.
Wow.
This is pre DST. It was a gift that someone gave me at Celebration, but it was a very welcome gift. And because he was the only action figure I had when I was a kid. I was born in 1977, so I didn't really get to see any of the original movies in theaters until they re-released them. Yeah. So I only had one Akbar figure out of the whole series. And so he has a special place in my heart as a character and as a toy.
Nice.
Yeah, those are some of the new ones right there.
Yeah, that Vader was pretty cool too in person.
Yeah, that's a nice piece. Yeah.
Yeah. I got the Vader. I got the Obi-Wan there, the one from Clone Wars.
Mhm.
It's another beautiful piece, as well as the Vader that's behind me was the flames from the show. Looks great. You guys do a stellar work.
Yeah, the likeness on the two recent Obi-Wan pieces, the bust, the 1/6 bust from Obi-Wan Kenobi, and the 1/7 statue, which pairs with that Darth Vader. They really nailed the likeness on that. A lot of people were. I think we showed it at San Diego last year, possibly, and we got a lot of really positive comments. Comparing it to other Obi-Wans on the floor, saying
that's the new one from the show, which will pair with Vader that I have there. I got that one. I got A New Hope, and I got this one here, which is
excellent.
The Clone Wars one.
Yeah, the Clone Wars one's cool.
Yeah,
we've done a lot of Obi-Wan lately.
Yeah.
There's also I think episode 1 or episode 2 Obi-Wan in there, or 3. I know it's one of the prequel ones.
Episode 3 milestone where he's got like the lightsaber over his head. We haven't done an episode 1 Obi-Wan Kenobi. I don't think Gentle Giant Limited has done episode 1 Obi-Wan Kenobi since, I could be wrong, since they did the bust. Well, no, that was in episode 2 Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm not sure when they last did an episode 1 Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's probably been a while, but we should definitely revisit him.
That one and Qui-Gon.
Yes,
Qui-Gon's missing in action.
Yeah,
but
what happens if you guys ever run into an issue? I don't know if you ever guys run into an issue, but if you guys have an issue with like a bad reception from a character likeness, do you guys take that to account and try to rework the portrait to try to fix it, or do you guys just cut your losses with it, or how does that work?
It doesn't happen very often, but every now and then you'll get comments, and it really does depend on the fan. Sometimes you'll get a general consensus, but for the most part, it's really it's not necessarily wide. Very rarely do we go back and revisit the sculpt, because every sculpt that we show off to people has been fully approved by Lucas. So to go back and redo the sculpt and then submit it for approval again is we're taking a chance that maybe they won't like that one either. So I know that there were some. I think someone mentioned from my company mentioned that there were some comments about the likeness for not Bastila Shan. Bastila Shan is a name I was forgetting before, but Ming-Na Wen's character. And I think that we really nailed that likeness. I think it came out really great. But there were some people who thought it wasn't that.
Fennec Shan?
Fennec Shan, yes.
There you go.
I knew there was a Shan in there.
Yeah. This is a beautiful piece, the one that you guys are showing off right now. Yeah, I just got that one in, and he's right behind me. It's absolutely beautiful. It is heavy.
Yeah.
Like, you could kill somebody with this thing. It's amazing.
This is my cosplay that's almost finished.
You see, he's going as Boba, and the other one's going as Mando.
That's right.
Yeah.
Diamond Figs, thanks for the $5, man. Appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
That is a great piece. That is an absolutely show stealer.
I like that. I also like the way he's holding the gun.
Yeah.
He's
holding it, I think the right way too.
But it's these mini busts, particularly your helmeted and your alien characters, they're amazing.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. The one that I really liked that you guys did was the armorer. Her back, the wool on the back or the fur or whatever. That is really nice. It came out really nice. I have her over there with my Mando statue. I got her with I think Death Watch, as well as Trapper Wolf and a few of my Jangles and Boba. But it's really nicely done.
Yeah, the armor might not be up there because I think that was a Premier Guild exclusive, so it might not show up.
Okay.
But we're doing a Premier collection too. You can see that there.
Yeah, I like that one.
Really nice. I think this one has the sculpted fur, not the real fur. So.
Is this 1/6 scale?
That's 1/7 scale. 1/7 scale.
Okay.
Yeah,
we've been focusing on the classic characters for the 1/6 scale. Sorry, go ahead.
Is there a reason why you mix scales like that? Because just thinking like this, for example, would be an absolutely amazing replacement for a hot toy.
Yeah. The hot toy has no movement at all in it.
Yeah, we've been focusing on classic trilogy for the milestones, just because they are a higher price point, and we know that a lot of the that level of collector are fans of the original trilogy more than anything else. So we try to go more affordable route for like maybe one-time costumes like Bausch Leia, or characters that maybe we've already done in milestone format, like we've got a Han Solo and a Chewbacca coming up, and then characters like the Armor that are maybe not well, some people would say she's top tier, but maybe not top tier characters like Grand Inquisitor. We have a Grand Inquisitor Premier Collection we just released not too long ago.
Here, Luke, put this one up there so you can see what I'm talking about.
I can't.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go.
So on her back,
that's got real fur on it.
Yeah, dude, this feels like my Yorkie. Yeah, I'm like petting her. She's like so soft.
That is really nice.
Yeah,
I didn't realize they had real fur.
Oh yeah, so I put this one right next to my Mandalorian, and I have the one when he still has the Durasteel armor, the before he got Beskar, and he's got the flame, even though he's a different scale, and she's got the actual weapons or her tools. This is great. I love this piece.
To answer your question there, Fred's asking if there's any original Obi-Wan Kenobi from the original series of Star Wars film. Yes, there is. Actually, Ralph has it right there. That's why I kept them bigger for you. You can see it. And I actually did a review on it as well. So you can check that out on the channel as well. That's a cool piece. It's big.
It's big.
That's a milestone. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This one's really nice. It captures Alec Guinness perfectly.
Mm.
Yeah, it sounds like an obvious question, but your milestone range is all 1/6. Is that right, Zach?
Yes. And Premier Collection is 1/7.
1/7. Okay.
And the main bust series.
I like that one too. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a Premier Collection because to do that at the 1/6 scale would probably be
huge.
A little bit too. Not just big and unwieldy, but also expensive. So we did it at the 1/7 scale.
It's big still. At the con, it had a pretty good size to it. So.
You know what? You were talking about earlier, George. You captured the personality of this character. You're putting it in motion. It's not like he's not a stagnant character who's just sitting on a speeder bike. It looks like he just is stopping and he's ready to take off again. It looks great.
Yeah, I love the pose.
Very dynamic. Yeah. First collectible I ever bought was was a Mando mini bus. My first Star Wars statue was not other than that sideshow statue my wife finally put me onto was Gentle Giant. I've been collecting Gentle Giant Star Wars statues for 20 years now or so.
Wow.
I had because you guys used to also include your statues in video game sets. The Knights of the or not the Knights of the Republic, the Old Republic MMO came with the Darth Malgus statue that you guys did, which was really cool. So yeah, they were just back then. They were affordable and they look cool. And plus, you guys were like really the only one in the game doing Star Wars statues back then. You guys in Atticus, I think it was at that time.
Yeah,
that's a great piece right there too.
Yeah, Atticus is one of those companies that you mentioned does sort of a static pose.
Yes,
there's not a lot of action to what they were doing, but yeah, the Gentle Giant since the beginning has been doing a really great job. Their first release, even though they were more classic bust, they didn't have the arms, was in 2002 for Attack of the Clones, and they were very dynamic, showing a lot of personality.
Right,
half scale. That's pretty big.
Eric's asking if you guys would do the armor. I think he's talking about the bust.
I think the Legends in 3D.
Yeah,
that would be great.
I'd
love to do one. I'd love to do one of those. I don't know for sure that it's on the list, but I'd have to go back and check. But and I wouldn't spoil it if it was. But I haven't seen it yet. But maybe for season 4, who knows?
That's one of my favorite pieces right there. The Sabine was a different cut. You could put on her helmet and everything.
Yeah.
This
is one we've been working on getting out for a long time, but it's going to be coming out pretty soon, I think.
Yeah,
nice.
You could switch out her gun for her paint can, which is really genius of you guys. It's not just this is it and that's all you're going to get. I mean, you can change it up.
That's it. That's absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
That sculpt there for the show.
Yeah, that's absolutely cartoon right there.
Oh, there's the paint can. That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
That's great. That
I like
I
that.
thought that was genius. Whoever thought about that, like, hey, let's give her a paint can, and then you got the signal in the back.
Yeah,
That's
you got the
very
Phoenix
That was
cool.
logo.
great.
The Phoenix
Cool.
Squadron. Yeah, your designers nailed that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
How big is your design team, Zach? How many people work behind the scenes on all your products?
I think we've probably got a half dozen different designers who work on Star Wars specifically, and then we've got about probably about another half dozen sculptors who are working on various Star Wars pieces. We have more who do who do work, and some of them work on different stuff for us, Marvel and things like that, and some sculptors are pretty much dedicated to Marvel, but or other licenses, but yeah,
And
Star Wars. It's not a huge talent pool, but it's a very very talented talent pool.
And are they all based in the United States? Like, do you have an office? Are they all freelancers? How does that structure for your company and you guys?
We do have a production office in Glendale, California, where we do some sculpting, but mostly it's prototyping, some painting. But our sculptors are all over the place. Alejandro Pereira Escura, who you mentioned earlier, he's in, I believe he's in Spain.
Mm-hmm.
And then our designer, Eamon O'Donoghue, is, I think he works on some Star Wars stuff. He's in England. But Joe Aller's out in California. So it's probably 50-50 US and international.
Okay, nice and easy for team meetings then with the time zones.
not a ton of team meetings, but it's with everything being sculpted digitally, it's certainly there's certainly no logistical problems with getting the file from one place to another, as opposed to the olden days when you were sculpting practically and you had to ship a prototype from, say, Argentina to America. Yeah,
Hard times.
Yeah, Aldrich is another sculptor of ours who works in Argentina. He's a great guy.
Nick wants to know if a Moff Gideon in Mandalorian armor is coming anytime soon. Nick's gonna be thanking you for anything being made.
That would be very cool. That armor is pretty darn awesome. So I would love for us to tackle that. There's always new stuff coming out that we want to get to, but as we see new stuff, we need to figure out a way to work it into the line. Again, I'm pretty sure we didn't really know that in advance. So seeing it for the first time is like, all right, where and when can we do this? So I haven't seen it on the schedule yet.
So does that stuff happen? Like you guys don't get like early files that they say, hey, by the way, we're making a Purge Trooper, which is coming out for Obi-Wan, or Moff is getting his own Mandalorian costume. You guys want to work on this? Do you have to wait till the series airs before those conversations start?
I think for the most part, yeah. Like I said, they play it close to the vest. I think we're discovering it as other people discover it. There may be the occasional share, but for the most part, it's a big reveal to us as it is to other people.
And what does your process look like? I'm pretty fascinated by that. Like, you said you've got like a pipeline. So obviously you've got a pipeline of figures you're working on. What are the steps that you folks have to go through to kind of take something from, okay, I've seen it on the show, I love it, we want to make it, to final product in people's hands? What's that journey?
I mean, every step is approved, by Lucas, but the first step is generally like a line list saying that we'd like to do these characters, in this order at this time. And then once that's approved, then we do the design stage. We have someone who does 2D, like I said, various people who do 2D for us. And then once that's approved, then we hand it off to the sculptor. And once he's got the digital file done, we get approval on that, make any revisions. I'm sure there's always notes, of tweak this, tweak that. And then the file is sent off to a painter. They print it, cast a resin copy, clean up the file a little bit, and the output, and then sent to the painter. Again, approved, sent for approval, and then we send the painted copy and the file to the factory, and we get a quote to find out how much it's going to cost to make it, and that's how we determine how much we're going to charge for it, because we need to be able to calculate the profit base and all that stuff. That's pretty much it. Once we get a sample, we get the first sample from the factory, then we look at it in house to make sure that it everything is spot on. And I don't know if we send samples to Lucas before production, but I'm pretty sure we go to production once we're happy with it in house based on the original prototype.
Nice.
And what is your time frame for that? Is it like a 12-month window between all the the back and forwards with Lucasfilm, your paint masters, all those things? Or
yeah, I would say that maybe a little longer, because once we have the approved painted prototype, then we offer it in the catalog, previews catalog, which is our distributor, Diamond Comic Distributors, our sister company. They sell to comic shops and specialty stores and toy stores and stuff like that, and online retailers like say Big Bad Toy Store or Entertainment Earth. And once we do that, we need to gather orders, to see how strong orders are and how many. If there is a question of the edition size, usually we have the edition size set, but maybe we won't make the full edition size at the same time. So we'll manufacture, not to order, but we take into account how many orders there are when we go into manufacturing. So that adds, a little bit of time onto it, but we're working in the background while that's happening. So, I would say 12 months, start to end. Sure.
Pretty
Solid.
Cool. Getting the paint masters must be pretty exciting. I'd be frothing at that point.
Oh yeah. No,
bringing it all to life.
I don't see a ton of the 2D before we get to the prototype stage, but I do get to assemble the stuff at the shows, because I'm usually someone else is on setting up the store, but I'm put on prototype duty, getting the prototypes assembled and putting them in the case. So there's some stuff that I'm seeing, a lot of stuff that I'm seeing for the first time, and I'm always very excited to be able to put it together, even if I have to get instructions on how to put it together, because there's a lot of parts to the prototypes, and I think I was responsible for it not being able, the Mandalorian on speeder bike or swoop bike arrived with some damage to it from the studio, the paint studio at San Diego last year, so we weren't able to display it.
Oh man!
But I tried to do my best with it, and it was a little bit of a disaster.
Crazy. Right. Somebody was asking about free shipping promos in the U.S. Any chance you'll be offering better shipping rates? There it is.
To Canada. Yeah, he's in Canada.
I don't know too much about what we're doing with the shipping for the site. We do have a couple people who manage the web store. I know we do have, I think, select free shipping, which is a free shipping plan for U.S. And I know we're always trying to find less expensive options for international. I don't know if that select. I don't think the select applies to Canada, where you pay a flat rate up front and then you get free shipping on everything that you pre-order from then on for the year. But we're always looking for less expensive options. UPS shipping is our shipping of choice, but we have instituted some hybrid UPS U.S. Postal Service options.
Gotcha.
Nice. Batman wants to get some Jawas made in Milestone.
A few of them holding an R2D2 droid.
Oh yeah, no, that would be that. I don't know if they've done a Milestone Jawa in the original, but before we took over, they might very well have. But it would certainly be cool, even if it was an off-world Jawa. But I know we've got some Milestone Ewoks coming out. We've been offering them on Valentine's Day. So Chief Chirpa should be coming out, I think, pretty soon. and then Breath Up, the Ewok drummer, is next.
Yeah.
So
Okay, those are deep cuts. I'm
Yeah.
already getting scared for the freaking the trivia game. Those are deep cuts.
Again, if we made a toy or statue of it, I know the name.
You know the
pretty
name.
well. Yeah.
What's up, Evan?
Hey, Evan, how are you?
Yeah, Frankie's in the chat too.
Hey, Frankie. See, I think Ryan at Jed is also saying more 1/6 scale to match our collections. I think the 1/6 scale is definitely a massive win. If you're making 1/6 scale Ewoks, that's pretty awesome.
Definitely. They don't make too many Ewoks, right? You got. I think the only one they made was Wicked in Hot Toys, and besides that, I don't think they had any others.
Yeah. Again, they've been doing the 1/6 scale. Gentle Giant was doing the 1/6 scale for a long time. I don't know when they started doing 1/7. I think they called them Collector's Gallery, possibly, but we rebranded it Premier Collection because that was a brand we've been working on for a long time. 1/7 scale. They may very well have done Jawas in the past, but it's certainly something we can look at again in the future, especially as they play more and more of a role in the TV series.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Love Jawas. Little punks. When I go to the cons, they always steal my phone.
I got a quick question, just because this piece was dear to my heart when you guys came out. Was it? I know you have a few pieces that came out of this line. I don't know if it's going to be revisited or that time is gone, but I hold this piece and it will be the one that runs out the house.
Oh yeah, that's a nice one.
This is the one that runs out with me in case there's a fire. I'm not leaving this one behind. She's coming with me.
That's a great one.
I know there's a life-size version of her that I would have her in here. Just like Clone Wars, Yoda, there was, I think, a life-size. But this line, you had an animated Vader, you had an animated Boba Fett. This one, obviously, Leia and a few others like Luke. Is there any plans to visit this line again?
I'm not aware of any. We do have our hands full with other stuff, but it was certainly a really great line when it was coming out. That Boba Fett was really great. The one where he's holding the blaster out.
Yeah, and I think you have different color variations of him. I think you have
regular
Boba Fett, and then
there's a con exclusive version or something like that.
Yeah, the holiday special version.
The holiday one.
Yes. That was a great piece. They were all great pieces, all those animated style ones. I guess that was like kind of like a Jendi Tartakovsky kind of style.
Yeah, it was around 2006. This one has the copyright date of 2006 on it, so it's been a while. Yeah.
No, they're real nice. I'd love to do more, but I don't think we're working on some other new stuff, like another new category that I think will be very popular, but I don't know that we're going to be revisiting the animated style ones. Aside from the animated style stuff we already do in the 1/7 scale bust line. I don't know if we're going to do any like statuary.
Yeah, the 2D, the 2D Clone Wars ones, those are still out there and they're on the secondary market, but some of them still pull heavy dollars.
I imagine.
Right, the General Grievous pulls some heavy dollars. And that was very delicate too.
Yeah.
So. All right. See if there's anybody else in the chat, and we'll get to this trivia contest you guys got going on here next.
Oh God!
Can't wait to see this.
I'm losing. I'm saying I'm already saying it. I'm losing because he's got some deep cuts on the names already.
I gotta pull that up actually. Let's see what's going on here. All right, here we go.
What is it?
All right. Let's start off with an easy one.
Okay.
All right.
But what are the rules? Wait a second. We just blurt it out?
No. So, okay. So I'm going to ask the question, and then there's a multiple choice after the question. I think there's a few that are multiple choice. I think only one that isn't. So you guys can wait till I get done with all the possible answers, and then you guys can answer, whoever gets the answer first, obviously.
Have you got sharing your screen or just doing it vocally today?
I'm about to share the screen right now. Okay. Yeah. So we always got a picture. All right. The odds of successfully navigating through a starfield are A, 3,620 to 1, B, 3,720 to 1, or C, 7,320 to 1.
I'll say C.
I'll say B.
The correct answer is B.
Hey.
Nice.
That was a guess. It sounded good, but it was a
I'm sorry, I'm letting everybody down already. I already got Darth Kenobi, and I got somebody else that's like B.
Yeah, they're like B. It's B.
Never tell me the odds.
All right. So here we go. Next one's a little harder. Get to it. There we go. All right. So, what movie did Gentle Giant Studios first provide the LiDAR scanning for? All right. Is it A, episode 1, B, episode 2, or sorry, I put B twice. C, episode 3.
I would say B, episode 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
You said okay. You both are right. Yeah, it's episode 2. Guys first started using that software in 1999, or that device. Now your website and your social media have it different. Actually, on your website, you have it written that Fight Club was the movie that you guys used it on. I don't know which one's right, but there was more that said episode 2, so I just went with episode 2.
Oh, I thought we were just saying which Star Wars movie was the first one. They may have been doing stuff before then. I'm not entirely sure before they did Star Wars. So it's entirely possible. I wouldn't be surprised if that was correct, because we still have Dev Gilmore on staff, and Dev Gilmore was around when they founded Gentle Giant LTD.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
So he's he is the repository of knowledge.
Okay.
So I'm losing by 1 so far.
All right. So in this scene right here from Empire Strikes Back, which bounty hunter is wearing an old costume from Doctor Who?
I'm gonna say
I would say Zucket's on the far right.
I'm gonna say Dengar on the left.
Okay. Let's see if anybody in the chat. You guys are both wrong. See if anybody in the chat gets it right.
It can't. Is it Bosk?
It's got to be Bosk then. But this is a really cool question. I like that.
Yeah, right. I thought this was a great question too. John got it right here. Bosk. It is Bosk.
Wow.
Oh wow!
Cool. Look at that.
I told you can learn something on this one.
Okay.
That's wicked. I like that.
I thought that was pretty cool.
It's crazy.
All right.
So he's still winning by 1.
Right. All right. So we're gonna go back to another Gentle Giant question. All right. Gentle Giant. All right. What was the very first statue that? Okay. Which character was the very first Star Wars statue that Gentle Giant created? Was it Anakin Skywalker, a clone trooper, or Obi-Wan Kenobi?
I'd say B.
Go B.
I'm gonna say B too.
Everybody gonna say B?
Yeah.
That's wrong.
Really?
There's 2 B's.
I'm saying clone troopers. I'm saying the clone trooper, not Obi-Wan.
It was actually Anakin Skywalker.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
2002.
Wow.
I had to search for this for like an hour and a half, man. I was like going through it. I ended up finding this website that had a list of every Gentle Giant statue made, and I clicked through each one looking for the date.
Man.
The Jedi Temple Archives? Is that what it was? Looks
Pretty
like
nuts. The other one that came out afterwards was actually the Clone Troopers, and you guys had variants of the Clone Trooper. Those all released in late 2002, 2003, and you had like variations of them. So you had like the Commander with the yellow and the red. They're really neat, actually. Those old busts were pretty cool. All right. So last question. So right now, Zach's still leading, right?
Yeah, Zach's still leading by 1. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So we're gonna pick out the imposter. Which one of these is not a Gentle Giant statue? Is it A, B, or C? Not a Gentle Giant statue.
I would say B, the one in the middle.
I'm gonna say A.
Zach, you're right, bro.
Really?
I was looking at the bases.
I was looking at the bases too. I thought the B base wouldn't have been it.
So this one here is the Atticus statue.
Okay.
Zach
That's C though. The Spider Maw is a work of art.
I love this.
When did you release that?
This was Joe Mena. This was 2012, I think, is when this one came out.
I saw them still being sold. Some people had it's like secondary.
Well, they did a re-release.
Oh, okay.
You guys re-released this one in a smaller format.
Yeah, we did I guess the Milestone was the first one in 2012, and then we did a premiere collection in 2019. Yeah.
Yeah, because I know I saw them at Celebration.
There's a 1/6 scale version of that mall.
Yes, dude. It's beautiful. It's one of my grail pieces that I would like to get at some point in my life, But
That's unreal. That's amazing.
How much is that sucker going for nowadays?
Yeah, it's money. So congratulations, Zach. You
Zach,
kicked it off fast.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, it was all GG stuff. It was stacked against. It was stacked in my favor.
All right, man. So let's do the giveaway now. For everybody who's up in the chat, we got 47 people here. For those of you guys who tuned in late, we're going to be giving away a Gentle Giant Purge Trooper 1/7 scale statue. I just did the unboxing of this one. It's on the channel right now if you guys want to check it out. Dropped it today on a short. So it's a super cool statue. Dope. The details on it are fantastic.
Yeah.
All right.
Well designed.
Yeah, it is. We do not have our musician here today to put the music up, so we don't have that.
Somebody put something on their phone.
Right.
Oh, wait. Luke had something? Oh, okay. Well, we got one soundbite. Salacious. He had a little salacious in there. All right, man. So we're doing this giveaway because we hit 35,000 subscribers. We're actually almost at 36,000 subscribers, about 400, less than 400 away. So we may hit that by next week. So to participate in this one, if you guys want to jump in on it, all you got to do is put in hashtag 35K with the K capital. Like all the giveaways that we do in the US, it's free shipping. And if it's going overseas, we'll cover $50 in shipping. And then, the rest would have to be on you. So, but it's a free statue. So that's never a bad thing.
Nah.
No, and that one's pretty well designed. That is really cool. Capital K. Remember capital K.
Yeah, capital K, Sean.
Yeah.
Big K.
Big K.
Let's also hit the like button, everyone. We need some more likes.
Yeah. And by the way, you can find Gentle Giants on their social platforms. I know you guys are on Instagram because I tag you guys all the time. Are you on Facebook as well?
Yeah, I think it's there might be some underscores in there, Gentle _Giant _LTD. But we're on Facebook and we're on YouTube as well. I think we're at Gentle with the hyphens with the underscores in it.
Okay. I know I tag you guys anytime I post up because these are some pretty cool pieces. Like I tell you, I'm running out the house with that Leia. She is the one. Oh.
Yeah, that's a really cool one. I always wanted to get the one that, besides that mall. That mall is definitely on my list. But there's a line you guys did of of Vader and the son and Vader and the daughter. So Vader and the daughter is the one that I've always wanted to get, where she's cutting his cape up into hearts. I got two girls.
Okay.
Yeah, that was off of that book, right?
It was from that book.
I love those books. Those books are great.
Yeah. God, that thing's expensive now, dude.
I honestly didn't know that we did those. That's great.
It's a beautiful piece. There's a Luke Skywalker one, right? Too.
Yeah, there's a Luke Skywalker also.
Father and son, and then father and daughter. Yeah.
It's very, very, very cool.
That's really cool. Yeah, I mean, I think if I had a choice of life-size Leia, the animated, or the life-size Yoda, that would be my grail.
The Yoda
or the Clone Wars one. Yeah, either one of those, I'd take them in a heartbeat. I saw one on eBay. He was asking for a kidney. And I'm like,
they're big pieces, bro.
He was a big ass piece.
It's quite reasonable.
Yeah. I was like, I think I know a surgeon to take it out.
Yeah, we bring around the life size R2 and life size Vader to
the life size jumbo R2. That's the piece. Like if I was Michael, I would run out the house with that. And the jumbo line by itself is still amazing. If you guys don't know what the jumbo line is, they literally got the Kenner figures that we all use.
Yeah. Sound like he said jambalaya. You're making me hungry.
Not jambalaya, jumbo line. So they got these guys. They made them 12 inches tall.
Yeah.
And big. They come in the packages just like you used to have. And they also have figures that were never made, like Grand Admiral Thrawn, which is really cool. You hodgepodge some of the pieces together and you paint it differently to create a new character, just like if we were buying Kenner figures, but they're 12 inches. They're big.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
They are pretty big. Let's see how many comments we got. We got 24.
24. Right. There's 47 people in the chat. Anybody else want to participate?
Give it like another 30 seconds or so. You guys want to participate?
price check on that Gentle Giant spider leg maul.
Mhm.
The 2013 version, there's one for about $1,000 US.
Yeah. It's huge though. That is a big piece.
Massive, man. That
Mhm.
thing is huge.
Yeah.
Oh, but imagine that with Maul from Clone Wars and Maul from, Rebels, and that one, the spider leg one together, the
So good.
evolution of Maul.
Yeah. Thing was awesome. That thing
Wow.
was awesome. All right. I think we got one more comment in there. Or Norman's back. Let me see.
Norman, all right. Happy birthday,
It's
Norman.
Flex entered. Are we just basically handing over the keys?
To what?
Is to Flex? Has he entered?
We have a guy, Zach, who Flex. He constantly wins.
He wins a lot.
Yeah. He just wins.
Yeah, he does.
So,
On every channel.
Yeah, not Picard.
he won on mine, and he won on George's. He won on everybody's.
Yeah.
I never win anything, so I'm jealous.
I'm with you there, bro. I never win. All right, here we go. Let's do the drawing.
Let's see.
Doom, 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 doom.
Hey,
Picariman. I like the
Picariman?
image. Picariman. It's like Picard.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Nice. Congrats, buddy. Okay, to hit me up here. Put my email.
I need a win in my life right now, please. I feel you.
I'm sorry. Justin. Sorry.
So there's my email. Just hit me up with your address, and I'll get a quote, see where you're at, and I'll let you know what's going on with when we can ship it out.
Congrats.
All right, man. So that's a fun show. Zach, I really appreciate you coming on, buddy.
Oh, thank you for having me on. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was great. It was really, really cool. I'm glad you beat Ralph. So I was worried there for a minute, man, Ralph.
Hey, I got 1 point.
Come back.
I got 1 point. But he
I made it a little more
Gentle
challenging.
Giants.
Okay. I made it a little more challenging is because you're like a wealth of knowledge. You always have like all the answers, bro. So I just wanted to make sure you felt challenged.
Yeah, no, I was challenged.
All right.
I did the same thing Zach did. I looked at the base, but he worked there. I don't. So it's a little bit different.
To be fair, that piece was way before my time, but
Really?
that sort of striped edge
Yeah.
was very familiar to me.
Hey Zach, thank you. I didn't know much about Gentle Giant before you came on today, and learning a little bit about that process was really cool for me. So I really
great.
appreciate that.
Glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, you have a lot on my wish list on the website. That I give to the wife. I'm like, okay, Sabine. This
Sabine's
guy,
good.
this guy. The Sabine is really nice. The Gamorrean guard, like somebody was asking earlier, that's on there too. But I mean, you guys are putting it out there for the fans, and especially the original trilogy, because a lot of people only got the new stuff, and that's all they were pumping out. But you guys were giving us stuff, so really appreciate that.
Oh, great.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Thank you guys in the chats for coming and hang out with us. Make sure you tune in next week. We got a few things lined up. I know we're lining up our thoughts on what episodes to watch to get up to date with Ahsoka. Me and Luke are going to be shooting that this Saturday.
That's gonna be good.
It's going to be fun. Yeah, it's going to be a fun episode.
You're going to put out a video about it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah.
So
Mandatory episodes, peeps.
Yes. Trying to see if I could cut that down to like an 8-hour thing. Because I know
I think that's smart, trying to get it to 8 hours or something like that.
Trying to. But I know Joseph was like, dude, I can't do this whole thing. I'm sitting here like half hour after half. I'm spending hours.
Well, what if you just go to episode 12 and you jump, 10 minutes and then you watch that and then you jump out,
Right.
It's a lot of work.
I think that's right, George. There's lots of good stuff out there, but we got to try and keep it to a reasonable, I can do this and have a life scenario.
Exactly. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. Until next time, may the force be with you.
Bye.